Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam. I am a licensed cosmetologist, and today I'm going to share with you how to do a simple, easy men's cut while we're locked up in quarantine. I know a lot of our men need their hair cut, so I'm going to show you how you can just kind of clean it up. Just a disclaimer, I am not a barber. I don't specialize in this, so this isn't gonna be like anything crazy. We're not doing any fading or any like straight razoring or anything like that. It's just a simple, easy haircut to get them through. So the tools that you're gonna need to do this, number one, you're going to need some clippers, of course, and then you're going to need a guard. So the way that guards work, they go from number 1 to, I think, what is it, like 8 is the biggest one? The bigger the number is, the longer the hair is gonna be. The smaller the number, the shorter the hair is gonna be. So the more you're gonna be cutting off. So for him, like I said, we're not doing any fading. I'm gonna be using a number 3. That is pretty standard. If your guy likes their hair to be short and cut pretty tight, but they don't wanna see skin through it, I would say like a 2 or 3 is like the most common number, but start with a bigger number first, just to be on the safe side, and then if they want to go shorter, you can work down. So you can have the clippers be open, so the teeth are gonna come out more, or you can have them closed. When they're closed, it's gonna give you the closest cut and cut the most amount off. That's not super important to know if you're not doing any kind of fading, but just in case you were wondering like what this little switch thing on the side is. You're also going to need some clips. If they like to keep their hair longer up top, then you'll need these to, you know, help you keep that hair out of the way. And then if they like their hair pretty short all the way around, especially if they like it all just one length, then you can do the entire cut with just your clippers. But if they do like it longer on top, which he does, obviously, you are going to need some hair cutting shears. The proper way to hold these, you wanna have the little tail up top. You wanna stick your ring finger in the top hole and your thumb in the bottom hole. Your pinky's gonna rest on that tail, and then your middle finger and pointer finger are gonna rest up top here like that. That's gonna give you the most control of your shears. Then you're also going to need a comb. And then I am also going to be using trimmers on him to clean up the perimeter of his hairline. But if you don't have something like this, you could just use your clippers, just take the guard off and do it like that. So for his haircut, he likes to keep it short, all one length down here, and then up top, he likes to keep it pretty long. So I am going to section this long hair out of the way. If you're just cleaning up the haircut that they already have, all you have to really do is follow the shape they already have, which is pretty easy. So for him, I can literally just grab this and clip it out of the way. But you basically want to follow from the temple and then come down and back. Okay, so we have everything clipped up out of the way, and now I'm gonna just go straight in with my clippers. I'm gonna have you tilt your head down, and then when I'm using the clippers, first of all, when you turn them on, you want to make sure that it's making a nice, smooth, kind of quiet sound. If it's sounding really loud, you might have some broken teeth, there could be hair clogged in it, the screws could be loose, and that could possibly pull on the hair, which I've done to him before. It doesn't feel good, so just be aware of that. So when I go in, I'm gonna come up, and I'm just gonna go up in a straight line. I'm not gonna curve in and follow the curvature of his head. So just like that. And you'll kind of see like I'm flicking my wrist a little bit as I come up. So we're going up, following the head just up in a straight line, and then kind of flicking it, the clippers towards me. One thing to keep in mind is that hair kind of grows in a bunch of different directions. So go through, also kind of come in a little bit from the sides as well, and make sure that all that hair is getting cut. Then when I come up by the ears are bendable, so you can just hold that out of the way. That's funny.
Ears are bendable.
They are, that's what I was told in school. What?
That was the curriculum?
Yeah, they're like, ears bend and move, so move them. Don't be afraid to like hold it out of the way. So once we have most of our length removed, then we're gonna move on to cleaning up the perimeter and the edges. So you can see around the perimeter, he has all of this like grown out hair. There's not really a clean shape. So we're just gonna clean that up. And what I like to do is just create like a square shape. So just kind of take my comb and just envision where I wanna create my line so that everything is nice and clean. So wherever it starts to look like really sparse and straggly, that's where I know I'm gonna do my line. This part, I honestly just kind of like eyeball it and I just go based off of his particular hairline. Some men are gonna have a stronger hairline around the perimeter, some are gonna have a weaker one. So, you know, just square it off, clean it up, and just do what you think looks best. And I like to hold my comb there as kind of a guide so that I make sure that I'm creating a straight line. And then you can use your trimmers to go in around the ear area too, but I like to just do that with my scissors. So just cutting that hair to clean up around the ears. Again, bending the ear back and just cutting right up against the skin. Just be careful, obviously you don't cut them. That wouldn't be good. And you don't want to cut this up too high because then it's going to look really stupid. So literally just kind of comb it down right till it touches the ear and then trim it right there. Then over here, if they have a beard, where his hair starts to meet his beard, this area gets a little long. So I like to clean that up a little bit. So what I do is I take my comb and I just comb through that hair, hold it in place, and then I just come in with my scissors and I just cut the hairs that are sticking up. Do it a little bit at a time so you don't end up cutting it too short. That way the hair cut blends into their beard a little bit better. Okay, so now that we are nice and cleaned up, the perimeter is looking nice and clean, but if you want to trim the top as well, I'm going to show you how to do that. But first we are going to wet his hair down. What I like to do is blend the sides where the short shaved hair meets the longer hair. So I just take 1/2 inch parting around the perimeter of that long hair. So all I do with this hair is take my comb and I just hold it straight out between my pointer and ring fingers. And I'm just gonna cut this piece straight up in a vertical line. So then I'm gonna take, I think I forgot to mention these. This is another tool that it's not 100% necessary, but it's definitely helpful. So these are texturizing or thinning shears. What this does is rather than when you cut into the hair, it just cuts a straight line, it cuts kind of like a zigzag line. So it helps with blending. Once you go around and you cut that transition area around the perimeter, where the long hair meets the short hair, I like to go through with my comb and just brush through the hair kind of like we did by the beard and just cut through the hair with the texturizing shears. You do not want to do this with just the regular shears because it's going to just cut all the hair. This is just going to cut some of it so that it creates a really nice blend right in that area. So otherwise, sometimes it can look a little choppy, especially if he has really thick hair. All right, so once we have that perimeter all nice and blended, we're gonna take these clips down. And then from here, this part really just depends on how they like their hair styled. Most guys typically like the, you know, average men's cut. Usually it's a little bit longer in the front up here and then gets shorter down around the sides. So it's just kind of personal preference. But like I said before, just follow what they already have and go from there. So I like to usually start from the back. So I just take a little horizontal section, and I like to just envision like a half circle shape. So if you're looking at the back of their head, just imagine a circle and kind of cut in that shape. So it's going to be a little bit shorter on the sides and then gradually get a little bit longer up towards the top and then shorter on the other side. So we're going to hold that hair up kind of at an angle. So along the sides, I'm coming at a diagonal angle with my fingertips pointing up to the ceiling. And then as I make my way towards the center, I'm gonna kind of come at more of a straight horizontal angle so that I'm creating that half circle shape. And then as I work my way to the other side, I'm gonna start angling my fingers down so that my fingertips are now pointing down to the ground. And then I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing as I work towards the front of the head. I'm gonna keep taking those horizontal partings, and I'm gonna keep doing that semicircle shape, but I'm going to pull the hair back, and I'm gonna use that first section that I cut in that semicircle shape as my guide so I can see where I'm cutting. By doing that, by pulling the front hair towards the back and cutting it back here, that's gonna create more length in the front. So the hair is going to be longest in the front and then shortest in the back. All right, and that is it. We need to obviously add some product because there's some frizz happening here and it looks a little bit like a mess. So, if your man has curly hair, not sponsored, the Paul Mitchell Tea Tree Lavender Mint line is super good. This is the taming cream. This is his go-to styling product. Do you want to do it yourself? Because I don't know how much you normally like to put. So there we go, a basic simple men's cut, how you can clean it up and yeah, help out your guy during quarantine.
All right, like, subscribe, share. Is that?
We didn't get there yet. So that is it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. And if you liked this video, make sure to...
Which order do you do it? Like, subscribe, and share? Like, share, subscribe?
I just say give it a thumbs up and subscribe.
Give it a thumbs up and subscribe.
And hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload. That's important. Thank you for being my model.
All good. Sounds.
Being in my video.
Thanks for the free haircut.
You're welcome.
Usually she charges me, which is kind of absurd, but I understand.
Okay, bye.
Gotta make her bag.